You know, I approach this introduction as if I'm being asked what I would look for in somebody who I wanted to entrust with $1 trillion of my money, the quality of my health care, and the future of the American quality of health care. And I'd look for 5 things. First, does this man understand the American family? Not only does he understand it, but his wife Betty is here. Betty, stand up. She'll tell you he understands the family. And his son Robert's not here because he's in Nashville, Tennessee, singing country music and writing country music songs, which I know the chairman would appreciate. And he's a fine young man, and I enjoy working with him. Tom is a great family man, member of Roswell United Methodist Church, active in his community, active in the state legislature, active in doing what's right for his community. He's a good man and understands the family and the value of the family and the value of health care to every family. Second thing I'd want to know is he capable of handling $1 trillion. You know, $1 trillion is a lot of money. It's actually 1.1 trillion, but when you get to 1.1, why worry about it? It's a lot of money. It's more than we appropriate, as the chairman said. He's been chairman of the Budget Committee in the House of Representatives. He served in the Georgia legislature leading appropriations for many, many years. He's run one of the largest medical practices in the state of Georgia. In fact, Tom Price is one of those people that put together what's known as Resurgence Orthopedics. They happen to be my doctors. In fact, they saved my son's right leg 26 years ago in a terrible automobile accident. I understand the value of Resurgence Orthopedics and what Tom has done. It's now the largest practice in our state, a well-run practice, and a practice that's set up as an example of how to do medicine in the 21st century. I want to know that my nominee for Health and Human Services understood the health care business. Well, who better to understand the health care business than a doctor? Even better than that, a doctor who's married to another doctor. Tom and Betty met at Grady Memorial Hospital when they were doing their residencies. They fell in love there, and they fell in love with the practice of medicine. And I've watched them over the last 30 years participate in activities in our state, whether elected or not, that contributed to the betterment of health care in our state, the betterment in hospitals like Grady Memorial Hospital, which is the largest crisis hospital and trauma center we have in the state of Georgia, saving lives every single day, that would have probably not been there today had it not been for people like Tom Price, who gave of his time and his effort to see to it we raised the money necessary to keep Grady open. I'd want to know they had some experience with the legislature, because, you know, if you get a chairman of Health and Human Services to come in, you give him a $1.1 trillion budget and you say, go talk to those 435 people over there and convince them of what we need to do to change the law. That's a pretty tall order. You'd want to find somebody who'd served in public office. Tom's been in the State Senate of Georgia, was the first elected Republican leader of the Georgia State Senate in the history of our state. He served in the Congress of the United States. In fact, he improved the 6th District remarkably when I left and he was elected to replace me. The intellectual level went way up when Tom came, I can promise you that. And he's done an outstanding job being reelected 6 times to the United States House of Representatives, serving, as I said, as Budget Chairman, as Study Committee Chairman, and as a very active member of the Congress of the United States of America. I'd want to also know if he was an accountable person and believed in accountability. Tom Price believes in accountability. He's one of the rare one of us. In fact, he may be the only one of us, and I know this is true, that reads all the bills. In fact, when I need to know something about a bill, rather than read, I call Tom Price to give me advice because I know he's read it. Sometimes he's boring, but he's always knowledgeable.